So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a close-up, detailed look of the Masterbuilt Portable Charcoal Grill, and this thing is super cool. But before we get into it, let's get this unboxed and assembled. All right, so here is the Masterbuilt Portable Charcoal Grill. This thing is really cool, and I am super excited to give it a try. So I just want to give a shout out to the fine folks over at Masterbuilt for sending me out this portable charcoal grill to test out. And this thing has some super cool features. It is super portable. This is the one that comes with a cart. They all don't come with a cart, so if you don't need the cart, you can get it without that. Now I'll put a link down below to both options if you're interested in purchasing one. Now this thing, I believe, runs off of either a corded power or you can run it off batteries, so it actually is portable. You can take this camping, out at the beach, wherever. You don't need power, you'll just need some batteries. And I'll do some testing in the future to see how long those batteries will last you. So before I get into all the features of this, let's go ahead, get this unboxed, and I'm gonna start getting it assembled. All right, so there aren't too many parts in the box. I think there's going to be a lot inside of here though. All right, so that is about everything in the box. All right, let's get this moved to the side for now. So obviously if you got it without the cart, it's probably not going to have all these parts. So we got some wheels over here. The side plate, I'm not sure if it'll come with the cart or not. But let's go ahead, get this opened up to see what we got for parts in here. I'm going to move this stuff to the side, and I do have the instruction manual, so hopefully we can get this figured out pretty easily. And here you can see what it's supposed to look like when it is finished. You can see that it's kind of fully assembled here. Not too bad, so I'm pretty happy about that. I hate when you get a grill and you got all these different parts and pieces. Really difficult to put together sometimes. So let me swing this back around so you can kind of see here. So right here, you can see it's got a lock for the lid, which is great for when you transport it. So when you lock it, now the lid is locked in place. So I do like that. Let's go ahead, unlock that, open this up. And we have a box of goodies here. Always love that. We got something up here. We get some tools. All right, so I'm just gonna snip these wire ties. Let's see what we got here. Not sure what this is. Some sort of piece of metal. So we will figure out what that is for later, I guess. Now everything is wrapped in plastic, and right over here is this box. And I've already kind of investigated these, and I know this comes out. So this is where you're going to put your charcoal in, which is nice that it's removable, makes for quick and easy cleaning. So you can see this is where that box is going to go. Very nice that it comes out. If you open it up, you can see inside there, that's where the charcoal goes, and all the ash will be collected in the bottom there. And then this is where the heat will come through and get dispersed throughout the grill. So let's get this out of the way for now. Like I said, everything is covered in plastic. So here's our grill grates. Not too bad. Looks like some sort of enamel coated steel. Isn't too bad. Obviously this isn't going to be like a normal grill where you're getting those nice grill marks. This is more of a smoker, even though I believe it does go up to around 550 degrees. So you might be able to get a nice sear with this. We have a little bit of a deflector shield here. As usual, it's coated with some sort of oil to reduce the risk of rusting. This is why we're going to need to do a burnout on this. So there you go. See the deflector right there? So all your heat's going to come right through the center and then out through these side vents, which is pretty nice. And that looks like it. Let's take a look inside of this. So there you have it. Nice stainless construction on the inside. You can see our temperature probe over on this side. That is where the charcoal is going to be. And the fan air should be coming out of there. So let's go ahead and get this assembled back together. So this heat deflector just sits right in there like that. You can see the tabs here go up against there. Then we can take our grill grate, put that back in place like so. And then our charcoal box. Now make sure you recognize you have a rectangle on this side and a triangle here. So this is where your deflector is going to go. So make sure you face that in the correct direction. So we'll get this put right back in here. Okay, that's not how that goes. All right, let's try this again. Let's get this deflector plate back in. Make sure it's lined up right there. This is where your charcoal box is going to go. And then you can see it's flush up against the side here. Now we can go ahead with our grill grate and then take this charcoal box. So we'll slide this right in, and that is that. And then this will be loaded up with your charcoal. So that's that. Got a few things to assemble. You can see here, that's where your dampener is. Let's close this up for now though and get the rest of it assembled. All right, so slide this back to the side over here. Let's get this box opened up and see what we have in here. Great. Nuts and bolts with a little wrench. Nice, we get free tools. Here it looks like we have the power cord and we have someone blowing leaves. Great. So here's the power cord if you want to use regular household power, 120 volts. All right, we have this little ash catcher and fire starter. So this is going to go in the firebox. See how that goes in there later. Let me get all these parts out first. Looks like we have our handle. It'll go right there. With hardware, not sure what this is yet, or this piece of metal, but we will get it figured out for sure. Got a couple brackets here. Side tray, looks like it's got cup holders. Always great to see that. And that is it for this box. And we got our little temp gauge. Let's get this moved to the side. And I'll get this temp gauge put in first. Easy enough. Got a little wing nut on the back. Open this up. Drop it in there. Make sure we get it straight. And snug that up. We got our nice little temp gauge. You can see it sits nice and flush. I do like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start getting this assembled and I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, so we're gonna start with the bottom of this. Go ahead, flip your grill upside down. Go ahead and get this piece here. Where this is gonna go is right here in the bottom. So just push those two buttons in. Wait till it clicks in, just like that. Next piece right here, that's gonna go into these rods here. So again, just line that up. Get those buttons pushed. Get it until it clicks. And there we have it. Now we'll spin this around. Now that's because the next thing we're gonna do is get these wheels on. On the other side, you can see there's a hole right here. So you wanna put the wheel from the outside, push that through. All right, so let me give you a close-up of this wheel. If you can see there's a little notch in the wheel, little keyway. So you wanna line that up with the slot here at the bottom. So when you line that slot up, that's gonna allow it to sit flush. Then we're gonna put a washer and a nut. Get our nice wrench here, and we'll get this tightened up. Such a great quality wrench. All right, so do yourself a favor, get a ratchet and a socket. And this is a 19 millimeter, in case you are wondering. And just snug that up. Same thing for the other side. Washer, nut. Perfect. All right, so now that the wheels are on, let's go ahead, open this cart up. Then we can stand it up and finish assembling this. All right, so you can see this plate right here. What you're gonna wanna do is put some pressure down on this. Once you get that pushed down, push this plate out, and then it's gonna allow this to extend. And you can see this bar here. Lift that up. So here's a close-up what you're going to want to do here, just lift the bar up and then down into this groove, and then that'll lock in place like that. Now we can put this down on the ground. All right, so here is the grill fully assembled. You can see we just got the 2 trays on the sides put on, pretty easy. The handle installed. See, this has a handle here for moving around, which is nice. And then it has this tow handle, which is for when it's folded up, you can easily tow it around. So just a few other things I want to mention. Let's open this back up. We're going to remove this grill grate, remove this damper. So if you look on the inside of here, this is a grease drip. So that drips down into a tray. Come to the back here, see right here, slide that out, catches all your grease. Now it comes with this piece of metal. You just want to hook that on, get that in place like that. So you just want that grease trap cover installed there, and we can go ahead and get this deflector back in place here. Now the other thing is with the firebox here, you have this grate right here. So what this is for is starting and also catching ash. So this is going to go on the inside of this firebox, just like that. So you can see that's going to catch all the ash in the bottom. But those bars right there is where the fire starters go, and I'll show you that when we get this started, so we can get our grate back in place. Now if we come over here, this is the cover for the batteries. It takes 4 AA batteries, or the side here, have a little cover, and that is where the plug is going to go. All right, so now we got to do burn off because of all that oil and chemicals in there, and there is a procedure that Masterbuilt says, so we'll follow that procedure. So we'll open up this charcoal basket. We're going to get our grate back. So Masterbuilt sent me some of their fire starters. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of these in here. All right, so this is what you got to do. Stick them under there. They said you can use 1, but 2 for quicker starting. And we just drop that in there. All right, now with the fire starters in there, we're going to go ahead and light them up. Then we just want to let these burn probably for a minute. Now I'm sure you can use regular charcoal. Here I have some Masterbuilt lump charcoal that they sent me as well. And I'm always a fan of lump charcoal over the briquettes. So this is what we're going to be using today. All right, so that's been lit for about a minute. I'm going to go ahead and throw some of these lump charcoal chunks in here. You can see some of these are pretty big. Try and get this filled up as best as I can. Now you just want to let this go for a few minutes with that opened up. All right, so after you let it go for a few minutes, close this up, then come down here to this knob, and we are going to set this to medium. You can hear the fan going now. And if you look in there, see we got some nice flames and heat. So now we are going to close this up and burn off this whole container of charcoal, and that will be ready to cook. So I'll see you when this is done. All right, so I let all the charcoal burn down on here. As you can see, just some ash. A couple chunks in here, nothing really. Pull this box right out of here, and I will get this dumped out. Get that back in place. Now just get yourself a rag with some oil and wipe down all the grates and everything. That's just going to help season everything. We'll close this up, close that dampener, and just let this thing cool off. All right, so that was how you assemble the Masterbuilt Portable Grill and do a new burn off and get it seasoned and ready for your cook. This thing seems really cool, and I'm excited to give it a try and to test this grill out first. I'm going to be trying some pork spare ribs, and if you want to see that video, you can check it out right over here. But most importantly, get out there and smoke something good.